Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Bet you know what this means, people. Prepare yourselves for a review of one of my favorite canine flicks, Beethoven, right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm Doyle, better known as the Big D, with my final review of Mischievous May, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1992 American family comedy flick Beethoven. The film was directed by Brian Levant, starring Charles Grodin along with Bonnie Hunt, Dean Jones, Oliver Platt, Stanley Tucci, plus Nicole Tom, Christopher Castile, and Sarah Rose Carr. Now this, of course, was the first installment of a doggone funny franchise for Universal, who, of course, released this film. The film came out in April of '92. So, anyway, the film got mixed reviews and what have you, so you'll know that it's pretty good, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Here we go into our story. Now, we meet a group of puppies that are preparing to be dog-nabbed by two thieves. Now, apparently, we start focusing on a little Saint Bernard puppy who causes, well, not much trouble except for this biker girl. Yeah. Oh boy, it's really funny. So, these two goons who, let me see, what are their names again? Oh yeah, Harvey and Vernon, who work for Dr. Herman Varnick, that's our villain of the movie. So anyway, after they kidnap the puppies, because he needs them for experiments and what have you, the St. Bernard puppy escapes and sneaks into the home of the Newton family. Well, apparently it's really come to the attention of the kids. Well, the eldest being Rice, the male child being Ted, and the youngest being Emily. Who couldn't believe this? Even their mother, Alice, was, well, surprised and what have you. Unfortunately, they do have a problem, and that's the patriarch of the Newton family, George, who is shocked by this. He doesn't want the responsibility of owning a dog. Yeah, he's just like, we can't have a dog. We can't have a dog. Yeah. Well, his wife insists on just trying to, getting rid of it because of it being shown to a young child. So, I didn't bring no dog to show off to or something. It's obviously lost. Yeah. But they talk about other things and possibly keep it, but he says if we keep it, the house will be destroyed. It's like, come on, George. Lots of people have dogs. Oh no, not people like me. Oh boy. So they try to convince him and what have you. So they try to do their best till they can find the owner, right? But anyway, before I do, I do like this moment. Well, when George is trying to tell these kids that the dog's not sleeping with anybody. We are people here. I mean, we're goldfish people. We're ant farm people. We're not dog people. Like, come on, Dan, give us a chance, Rice is telling him. Yeah. Says, you better think of something, because when I come on, he's destroying my house, I won't know what to call him. Oh boy, it's crazy. So anyway, Emily's at the piano trying to play some music, and while they're trying to just find the name and what have you, and they're thinking of odd names. And well, Emily insists that the little puppy doesn't like any of those names they picked. Not even MC Hammer. So anyway, Alice asks, what does the dog want its name to be? And so George's like, this is ridiculous. It's a dog. He can't have preferences. You could call him Ding Dong Head for all he wants. He still wouldn't know the difference. He's like, yes, he would. Emily says, he'll tell us what he wants to be called. So Emily plays a portion of Ludwig van Beethoven's Fifth Symphony on the piano, and the dog barks along to it. And that's where we get the name Beethoven. And boy, we get to see some fun with the children enjoying this. As Beethoven grows into a full-grown adult dog, helps the children overcome their problems. Get his own doghouse and what have you, with a fence around it. Boy, that dog causes so much mischief. Drooling, urinating, scratching the wall. Oh boy. And worse, coming in on one rainy day, and George sees there's, well, a plant knocked over, the banisters all went and slimy and what have you. And we see Beethoven all went on the news bed. You! He screams. And then this is one of my favorite parts. Oh no! Smell the shake! No! I just couldn't. I couldn't help it. I laughed my crazy head off at that. Oh boy, this was crazy. But even so, anyway, let's see now. Beethoven managed to help Ted scare off the bullies, and helps Rice talk to, well, this boy she has a bit of a crush on, which that was really something. Well, so apparently things are going fine with kids except for George, who's trying to get well, these here two people, Brad and Bree Wilson, who played by David Duchovny, pre-X-Files, and Patricia Heaton, who are interested in getting, well, like, some sort of a, well, investment in his car air freshener firm. But they're also out to, they're also going to try to swindle him out. Anywho, yeah, well, Beethoven's trying to, well, make George feel a little more okay and what have you, being nice and stuff to go into his doghouse. But even after that, he sneaks back into the house, watches TV, and George turns it off after he's gone. And he gets back in bed. I don't know where Beethoven's in there. He's, you know, no matter how many showers I take, I still smell Beethoven all over me. You okay? Sound quiet. So, Beethoven started right in the back of the neck, where that's him, and Alice comes back, and she's hearing George like, it's not even Saturday night, I mean, like, my baby been naughty. Alice comes in through the door, and it's like, George, who are you talking to? Oh. And here comes the best part. George just turns up. He just laughed so hard, and then they just say to Beethoven, I was like, how dare you? How dare you? Are you crazy? Did you think you would get away with it? Beethoven crawls back into this little Holy creator. Oh, it's like, that's how you do it. I'll put a stop to that. You ruined my life. I just laughed at Beethoven's face just looking. You ruined my furniture. You ruined my clothes. My family likes you more than they like me. Why? All you do is drool and shit and eat. You're never getting out again. Never. Do we understand each other? Do we? And then the sprinkler system comes on. And off he goes. Well, apparently Alice has to go help her husband with, well, these here venture capitalists that I was talking about, looking to invest in new air fresheners. As the kids are being taken care of by this irresponsible babysitter, what have you, and Emily's playing outside, unbeknownst to him, and falls into the swimming pool, but Beethoven saves her. Manages to disappear, and Rice wants to call her mother. Well, and tells the babysitter she's fired. So anyway, now, let me see now. Oh, yes. Now, soon taken to see a veterinarian, Dr. Herman Varnick, who they all know as the bad guy, yet, for a routine medical examination and immunizations. They're unaware that he's involved in unethical and deadly animal experiments, and speaks to George and tells him of a supposed mental instability among St. Bernards, making them potentially dangerous to humans, and advises him to watch Beethoven closely for any sign of viciousness. He actually requires large-skulled dogs such as St. Bernards for an ammunition test. Okay, now, back to the story. Now, apparently the day they decide to come, the two capitalists come to the Newlands' house for a barbecue. Yeah, well, Bree's already kind of like, this, like Beethoven a little bit, but the children aren't too thrilled and what have you. And soon Brad decides to get him out of the way as they don't see his leashes tied around their chairs and what have you. Draws the ball, Beethoven goes for it, and he rushes off to get and, well, ruins the barbecue by dragging those two out. Like, Beethoven's not bad dog, and I just laughed at the way we see Beethoven die. Oh, it's crazy. Oh boy. Now later on, Dr. Varnick later visits the Newland home under the guise of doing a follow-up exam on Beethoven. So he puts fake blood on his arm and hits Beethoven until he leaps on him. He pretends to be in agony, warning George that Beethoven may be turning aggressive and must be euthanized, or he will have no choice but to press charges. Emily saw Varnick and protested that the attack was fake. But George, fearing for his family safely, reluctantly takes him to Dr. Varnick's office. And it's the only way there that George discovers his own affections for him. He remembers his father had to take their dog to the vet to be euthanized, and he never forgave him for it. He fears that his own family will hate him now for taking Beethoven to be euthanized. When he returns home with the empty leash and collar, his family leaves the dinner table rather than remain with him, proving his fears true. So I'm going to get to the last act here. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box and advance to the time below to avoid any spoilers. Okay, here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Here we go. Well, he's not too thrilled. But Alice insists they go back to Nick's office. The kids insist on going too. Well, so they go back and they want him back, but he tells them that he's already been destroyed. But George remembers that his receptionist told him that they wouldn't happen until the following day. Yeah, when they see that the cage he's in is empty, well, Vine goes for, grants rights and what have you, but George finds out, poses, and learns that he has no bite marks on his arm. Emily's like, I told you he was lying, and it's like, what the hell are you trying to pull? Yeah, they find the cage empty. That's where I gotta have my mistake. Where's my dog? I won't tell you nothing. You said you want that dog destroyed. It's done. Get it out. You hit me, I'll have you put in jail for assault and battery. And knocks him out. So they later follow him to his warehouse. And quietly goes on lookout, but, well, George does. Tells him to call the police if he's not back in a particular time zone. So Beethoven breaks free, meanwhile, but is recaptured by Harvey and Vernon. Well, Alice calls the police. But apparently, not only that, they wanted a little dog as well. A little dog we saw in the beginning. But apparently, which was a Jack Russell Terrier. George sees Mark ready to shoot Beethoven, and he crashes through the skylight just as he's about to do that. Before he can shoot George, though, the Jack Russell Terrier jumps up, bites him right in the crotch, causing him to fire a shot in the air. After hearing the gunshot, well, Ted takes a big risk and takes the wheel of the Newton station wagon and drives like crazy into the warehouse. Oh boy. Alice drops the phone and runs after him. Boy, they were going through as George was taking out Harvey and Vernon, but the car hits a cart and launching numerous syringes into Dr. Varnick and sedates him instantly. The Newtons reunite with Beethoven and free all the captive dogs. Suddenly, Ted sees Harvey and Vernon trying to escape. Sick 'em, boys! And so they rush off. Well, they managed to escape to a junkyard and just running to the dog gate. Oh boy. Unfortunately, Harvey stops and taps Vernon. What? And sees there's a pack of Dobermans guarding it. Uh-oh. That's fun. Okay. Soon, together they and Dr. Varnick are arrested for animal abuse, and the Newtons are praised as heroes by the news, and George takes a new liking to Beethoven. Rice also gets a phone call from her crush, and then the Newtons then go to sleep, saying goodnight to Beethoven and all of the dogs they rescued, who are all sleeping in their bedroom. And that's the end. So, what did I think of this movie? I gotta say, when I first watched it, I enjoyed it, but after watching it more times, I love it even more. Also, another thing I want to point out, the film is written by Amy Holden Jones and Edmond Dantes, which actually, unknown to us, but some people might figure out, is actually John Hughes. He used a synonym. So, anyway, I love the performances from everyone. They were all good. The story was good. The movie's just absolutely fun. I also liked the music done by Randy Edelman. It was real good. The humor is absolutely hysterical. A lot of the moments with Beethoven and George are absolutely classic, in my opinion. So, the question is, would I recommend Beethoven? You better believe it. This is a flick you need to see. Now, of course, after this was followed by 4 sequels and 3 standalone movies using the title character and the premise of a Saint Bernard, but not mention previous characters such as the Newman family. A year after this, Beethoven returned to theaters, but one last time, which was in Beethoven's Second, which I'll review that down the road sometime. There were also, the other sequels included Beethoven's Third in 2000, then Beethoven's Fourth in 2001, and Beethoven's Fifth in 2003. And of course, the other 3 were standalones, starting with 2008's Beethoven's Big Break, Beethoven's Christmas Adventure in 2011, and Beethoven's Treasure Tale, T-A-I-L, in 2014. There was also an animated series that aired on CBS in 1994. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it because the dadgum news was on at that time. I haven't really seen the Beethoven animated series, but I might encounter it. I think it's on some cartoon streaming sites, so I'll look into it. Dean Jones actually voiced George Newman in this, but however, only Nicole Tom, who played Rice, reprises her role as that character since she was currently a star on CBS's hit sitcom The Nanny at the time. Now, of course, this movie came out in 1992, and The Nanny didn't come until the following year. So, that's it. That's all I have to say. Beethoven, I do love it. It's one of my favorites. So, what did you think of Beethoven? Please feel free to tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, feel free to click the like button. And also subscribe to my channel as well and be a part of the Big D Nation. And look for my schedule for June plus my only May pickups vid coming up tomorrow. So anyway, thanks for watching my review of Beethoven. If you liked this video, you can check out some of my other fun-filled doggone funny flicks. Well, these 2. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Scooby-Doo. The upper right-hand corner is my review of Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. But if you want more Brian Levin, go to the bottom left-hand corner for my review of Are We There Yet? Very funny road trip comedy. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya!